Hello and welcome to the Mini Shells podcast, your place for nuggets of insights, wisdom, and experiences about life and everything within. Hope it sparks joy among us all, and I'm your host. Let's carry on with it, shall we? So, lately I have been thinking about the parent children relationship. It's a much complex relationship from any kind of relationship we can ever have because it's not really their choice, neither the parents nor the children's. Yes, it was parents' decision to have children, but they never chose how their child will be. It was a matter of genetics and chances. And when it comes to children, they didn't even have the choice of being born, let alone to certain parents' home, time, place, etc. And there's this huge generation or time gap, more specifically, a behavior or an mindset gap. This immensely affects the relationship. Parents may not be obliged to abandon their kids for certain moral reasons, of course, but however, there might be chances too. But when it comes to kids, often they put through all of this because they may not be able to function on their own for various obvious reasons. So, now let's dive into the dynamics of the relationship here. I might be kind of biased here because obviously I haven't been a parent before. So, hope you could bear with that. When it comes to parents, they want the best for their children. They want to protect their children and make them into good adults who can be or should be able to live their life happily and successfully from the standards of society. More specifically, the standards that the parents believe to admire and adhere by. This also comes from a deep sense of responsibility for the children since they practically brought them into this world. But here's why this attitude ruins the kid and their relationship with them, both towards their parents and themselves. Children have to come from parents because we all know there isn't any factory or postal service that manufactures or delivers people, as in the movies, the boss baby or the stock, etc. But the thing is, as Prophet Kalim puts in, children are not born to parents, instead, born through them. They are just a vessel through which new souls are born or delivered to this world. The entitlement of ownership or the need to save them is the main cause of all this chaos or havoc. When they are able to move out of this thought, they really start to love their children from an unconditional concept of love. Parents are responsible for the love, atmosphere, facilities, influences that they provide to the children. But they definitely aren't responsible for how the children turn out to be. Because whether we provide the so called good or bad influences, the attitude of child largely affects from how they take it. We'll deal about this in a bit. Now, the major aspect of doing the best for kids. Here's why the idea is flawed. The idea of good, bad, better, best, or worse is completely subjective or intersubjective. Just like how the number 6 and 9 can look very different when looked at different angles. Just like that, the idea of good and bad can really stem from the perception of a person towards the particular thing. Of course, it is largely affected by the ideas and beliefs of the environment and people around it. In total, yes, the society at that particular time. And this belief of entitlement or protective mindset or controlling behaviors can be due to the imprinted ideas that the world have picked up from their immediate environments, from their own experiences with their parents. Apart from all this, there was this belief which is changing for good these days. Children don't know anything or they don't have the thinking ability of their own. Truth be told, children have the most healthiest creative and imaginative ability. Yes, they are much different from adults. They need supervision from parents. Their ability to differentiate good and bad may be not very accurate or acceptable. And there is, of course, a chance of harming themselves. But they definitely can think. They have a brain of their own. How we behave around kids alter their mental cognition, their sense of self, social behavior. Everything is largely influenced by the people and surrounding. But they can make choices. As parents, our job is not to make decisions for them, but to help them make decisions and support them in their growth. When you impose your ideas and beliefs onto them, they not only catch up that pattern, they also end up resenting you for the lack of freedom that you gave. Controlling behaviors can do more harm to children than good. Of course, some level may be necessary for growth. You can't let your child to burn their own hand in the fire. But you can be more mindful about their needs and requirements. Nobody is perfect, but striving to do better is what takes us forward. Learn to be more understanding of your kids. Instead of trying to impose your points on them, discuss with them to understand their perspective too. Just like good and bad or right and wrong, it's all individualistic. So before you go with your preconceived notions, just talk with them to understand their perspective on everything. All it will do is to strengthen the bond between both of you. Be the examples of how you want your kids to be with their own kids. Have an open mind towards the ever changing ideas of the era. There is a lot of chance of messing it up. There's a lot of learning to do in that. But by being mindful about it, you can help your children to carve themselves up into great individuals in their own way. I guess it's not complete. We'll definitely need a part 2 on this topic, but we are going to end this for today. Grateful for all of you who are here spending your valuable time with me. If you like this and if you want more of this content, kindly follow or subscribe and share as much as you can. Thank you.